and picking up another support. Over the
well, I think that's what you got. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what you're getting, good sir. Mirage. Focus on this Visage for a moment, right? 4 losses thus far on the bounce. Not really great performances from this hero. And oftentimes it just feels like the hero itself is just lackluster. What do you think it is that's causing this hero to just have so many troubles? Because it's almost at all stages of the game, right? They hold up bottom, might have the first blood happening. Snaking finds himself caught out by Moon Meander and Saberlight. Well, I wanted to bring up this lane last because I was going to say that once they hit level 2, Snaking is in perpetual and constant trouble. But thanks for preempting me, boys.
Pressure once again here on Skidder. Got the bushwhack. He's dead.
Well, he's dead. No. Didn't we literally say a minute ago that if Snaking ever leaves him, he's going to die?
Yeah. And Snaking left him and he died.
All right. All right, Fluke, I need some lotto numbers, quick.
17, 29, 42, and 15. I don't know.
Right, thank you so much. Saberlight is going back in. They actually have another access to a dispose. Ooh, weird interaction. This time around, it's not that the dispose breaks the bushwhack. It's just that they miss it because of the weird angles. But it ends up not mattering. They have enough damage between these two heroes to just walk Snaking down, and they get that kill.
His Mars, any of these kind of heroes, he's always trying to constantly push the ball and trying to get some of these carry players out of their comfort zone so he can have the advantage in the lane. And play this Marcy to perfection right now. These guys are doing a whole lot of work here, and they can make early rotations towards the mid lane. And speaking of, on the party.
Bye. This time around, they didn't have the access to the Observer Ward anymore. And Saxa came in, blocks off the full ramp. It's surprisingly difficult these days to get those full blocks. They don't happen as often as they used to. But
take over a game. Vanguard should be rolling out to him right now. Yeah, now that he's got the Vanguard moving in towards a lot more of these armor items. And then once he starts getting ags, like, I'm not quite sure how this person actually deal with it.
I'm going to try and bring him down right now with some various soul assumptions and the Visage summons. He's going to be good enough to be able to do so. What a fortuitous time to have level 6 for the Visage. Dubu about to die as well. Couple more hits. In the meantime, down bottom, they jump onto Skeeter behind the tier 1 tower. They are able to clean up this Luna. So core for core, traded all across the map right now. I love how TSM...
a lot of this farm up because Tomato's actually going for an early Crimson Guard. So I don't hate this coming in from Tomato. The Crimson Guard is one of those items that really kind of stuffs up what the Visage tries to do, but still needs to be something where he gets a bit more damage later on.
Speaking of damage, Moon Meander unleashes some of it onto Snaking. Saberlight shows up with the reband just to be like, I helped, I was there too. But that was mostly a Moon Meander kill. And they're going to be able to clean up the tier 1 tower off the top of this. Once they get those Crimson, it'll be great against the
of the dangerous farm. But it seems like finally TSM are going to try and kick out Tundra from this top side of the map. They want to kill 33.
Oh my
Was that a triple raise combo?
It was not a triple raise. It was a double raise from Brawl. And they had the combination coming in from the sharpshooter with the bushwhack. That's where most of the damage came in from. Well, 9, unfortunately, only has like 1,000 HP at this.
One of those heroes that's more than happy to trade farm. And now 9 is in this awkward spot where he's just constantly having to push in this top lane to see if they can get anything out of it.
Ooh, they finally catch Saberlight. Saberlight, can they actually kill him is the question. They can, but that was a lot of commitment.
Oh, the Echo?
That was a lot. Ooh, Echo Slam does actually come out. Tomato is shown up with Moon Meander. They want some instant revenge down in this bottom lane. And Moon Meander will assist them to get it. A monster kill streak for the Hoodwink. 8-0-4. Been involved in 100%. Saberlight? Saberlight? He's actually a god at Dota. Just bows into the Requiem for the Fear.
That was pretty.
Saberlight, dude. Wow, that was amazing to watch.
Yeah, that was actually really pretty to watch between Braille as well as Saberlight. The combination was far too good. You know, see if they can kill Tomato bottom, but he is a tanky boy.
Reinforcements are incoming. Brawl, he didn't TP to the top lane, remember, so he can show up immediately. We do have our Pudge just standing
takes no damage.
We're going to be taking no damage. Dubu drops the Golem down with the huge fatal bonds. Lots of damage being dealt out. Skeeter needs to watch himself, but there's no Requiem here. So their team fight is feeling a little bit lackluster from TSM. Eventually, they do manage to kill Tomato, and now they're chasing down Braille. Braille tries to turn, still has access to the Aegis, so that's life number 1. Dubu is trying to run back as quickly as possible. They still don't have Saberlight for this fight, so Braille pops the BKB, but he's only interested in retreating. Winter's Curse holds him in position. Moon Meander, can he do anything here? Nice bushwhack onto Skeeter, prevents the Luna from being able to chase further. Brawl, though, gets fissured up by Saksa and will finally end up taking a tumble. Tundra not only managed to bring down Tomato, they get the bonus kill onto Brawl. Came to dust out of nowhere. I'm not sure how he knew that there was a Moonlight Shadow right around him, but now down towards the tier 2 tower. Moon Meander gets bursted really fast coming in from Tundra. They don't just take his life away, they take the tier 2 tower as well. They're not done just yet, Fluke. They're gonna smoke up. They're pinging this mid lane out. Saksa opening up the arrow attempt. They get the arrow, long range from 9. Lots of damage flying in, but Saberlight shows up and unleashes the damage. 3 hits later, and there used to be an Earthshaker there. He's been removed from play. Saberlight still needs to be careful though. Does have BKB, doesn't activate it in time. Goes for it now. Held in place by the Winter's Curse, but his friends giving him a launching platform to...
So getting to a point where he isn't really able to do much outside of it.
Nice fissure to catch Tomato. Saksa jumps in onto him. They want to blow up this Pudge first and foremost, and they'll be able to do so, dropping the Echo Slam right on his face. But unfortunately, Skeeter's in an awkward position because he got cold embraced in the midst of these TSM heroes. They'll be bailed out by the usage of the Winter's Curse onto Saberlight, but Brawl activates BKB, throws in the razors, and brings down Skeeter. The killing spree so far for the SM. Shaksa, 3 heroes caught with the fissure, will be able to bring down Brawl first and foremost. Between himself and 33, who threw out that long soul assumption. The kill does it.
Avoiding a lot of these fights, getting their own farm on the map, and not losing too much map control. So TSM, they've only got like, what, 3 minutes left of this Aegis, so I really want to see if they can get some objective damage here. Look towards this mid tier 1, take that, try and take over the jungle. And 33. Oh, they missed it.
He's in a little bit of danger here. Not sure how hard they want to commit on the side of TSM. Goes in for the Silence of the Grave, buying space and time. 4 staffs away, coming in from Tundra. They get him all the way to safety. The hook might not be as kind towards Saksa, but as this BKB expires, Tomato trying to get himself out. Saberlight, though, jumping in, unleashes damage onto Saksa. Saksa thought he was bailed out of trouble with the Winter's Curse, but the Hunter's Boomerang will put pay to that. And Dubu drops the rock down, but unable to save the life of Saberlight. Between the Requiem, they're not going to actually channel it. Or they cancel the channel rather. Skeeter found the stuns with a full duration stun from 9 as well. But there's the dismember. Look at how much damage Skeeter is taking. And he's not going to be allowed to run away from the rest of TSM. Despite activating the BKB, he has no safety in this fight. As he will go down. 3 heroes taken away. TSM in their minds will give them the impetus to just get back, heal up, maybe try and take the next fight. Now that you know that there's no longer an Aegis to protect them.
Yeah, there's no Aegis. There's still BKBs, so they have to try and worry about here as well. The Echo Slam is huge.
Echo Slam! Going into the mid lane. Brawl gets saved though, pushed out of it. And Saberlight yet again happy to jump in and tank the blows for his core. Tomato coming into the fray now as well. There's Wraith Pact on both sides, mitigating some of this damage output. Nice bushwhack on the edge of the fight as we see this Pudge. Okay, interplay between himself and 9, but 9 just leaps onto the high ground to save himself and then get the kill onto Tomato. TSM have lost 2 cores out of the blue. Saksa started that fight. TSM did not see it coming in Tundra.
Yeah, you can just see that they're melting through these buildings as well. Huge initiation that came in there from Saksa. He saw his opportunity, right? That's all they need to see. They just need to see this one little moment. They jump in directly onto Brawl. They force some of these BKBs, and now they're coming in once again.
Beautiful fissure drop down initially from Saksa. Coming in is Tomato with this BKB. They force out the cold embrace, but Skeeter now in trouble because he no longer has BKB. The Requiem only connects on him at the very edge of the circle. Tomato trying to hold him in position. 33 is on the high ground with his own Wraith Pact and his familiars and his own body, dissuading TSM from running headlong into the Luna. However, now that all of those mitigation strategies are done, they have nothing to fear anymore. Beautiful bushwhack coming in from Captain Moon. Will be able to catch and kill Skeeter, and they lose nobody in the process. More importantly than that, they don't even lose the melee racks come up. Although TSM FTX have a 5k net worth lead, although they are enjoying an experience lead as well. According to Gaben, Tundra not only have 73, but also have an upswell in a possibility of winning. You have a big catch onto Tomato here. Hasn't been able to cast the Flesh Heap or BKB, so he's losing a lot of HP. Finally gets off the BKB, but Saberlight, he's gone into the river, trying to chase down these supports, force them away from the rest of the fight. Brawl is out. It's a huge Winter's Curse. It's going to catch onto the Saberlight Marcy, forcing Brawl to right-click him into oblivion. And TSM FTX do not want to fight without Saberlight. they will back off. Unfortunately, though, that is going to give up an Aegis. I think they realize this. They're trying right now. Brow is going BKB. He's getting the fear out to ensure he gets the Aegis. He got the Aegis, the cheese, and the refresher. As we end up losing 33 right side of the base. That's a gem that's being dropped down. But look at Skeeter losing so much HP. Gets saved by the E-Blade that came in from 9. Soxa finds the 2-hero Echo Slam. Brings down Saberlight to force a dieback out of the Marcy, take away the first life of the Shadow Fiend, and potentially set up for the second one. However, Tomato running interference, blinks in front of him, and just bursts down Skeeter with the assistance of Bryle. TSM FTX.
Right, feeling like the Tundra are going to have this time out, but it's going to go on 33. Oh my god.
You said they went on 33. What 33, man? 33 is not top anymore. Skeeter gets hooked back into Tomato right now. He too just been removed from play. Visage not going to fare much better with how quickly he got blown up. Snake King also gets taken down. Only 2 of them have buyback. 33 has no access to it whatsoever. And it looks like TSM FTX, you were talking about having no fear, being proactive, making the decisions, and they've done so again, and that's going to lead them to be able to push onto the high ground for the second time almost in as many minutes. Tier 3 tower will fall quite quickly. Can they stop this? Tundra do not want to buy back on Skeeter, so they're going to let this lane of Rax go, Fluke. Are you okay with this decision? Is this how you would go about it yourself if you were in the same situation?
Yeah, I think they kind of have to at this point. They're going to see if they can try and get something out of this, at least if they can force some cooldowns, if they can force something coming out of TSM, the Tundra have a way back into this game. I feel like as long as there isn't mega creeps right now, Tundra are going to be okay with this, as we said. They can kind of just win.
Shortly, there will be no lane of Rax in this bottom lane.
Yeah, TSM playing with complete unadulterated fear right now. They're just getting in the faces of Tundra. They take down Saxa once again, stuck in towards the trees. Heroic Echo Slam would have been what they needed. Last lane of Rax here, Snare. They're going to get this and going to be able to get out.
They're going to try to, though. Arrow will connect, but Tomato with the salvation onto the Shadow Fiend yet again. This Aghanim shot, man, has just been so good. Snake King will end up losing his life. 33, you did your best, but unfortunately, the strength of TSM at this point doesn't allow that best to be enough. They've taken the mega creeps. They're going to try and end the game before the Lunar Visage return. Brow still at full HP. Blinks forward onto 9. Raises him down. He's forced immediately back into the fountain. Good guy Saxa blocking off the sharpshooter hit. Otherwise, 9 might have died inside the fountain. But unfortunately, it might still not be enough. Saberlight also trying to do the same. He's going to tank the arrow in favor of Bryle. Yo, these bodyguard plays coming in from TSM FTX. Been really, really fun to watch. Homies help homies. And when the homies help each other, victory is possible. Saxa, one more Hail Mary fissure. He's going to get hooked back into Tomato, though. The rod is out. The damage is out. Brow brings him down. The Ancient has fallen as well. So GG is called.
Split. You're A-okay. So I like seeing more Panda.
Ooh. Like, oh, D. I guess in this game, like, the Brewmaster also helps with the Chaos Knight, right? So that when they
never really is going to have an issue unless there's going to be a rotation maybe coming in from Moon Meander here. But from what we've seen so far from Moon and Saberlight, they like to stay in their lane as long as possible, just being able to put a lot of pressure on towards any of the safe laners they're going up against and kind of just leave Bryle in his own little bubble. And if he ever does have any scenarios where they need to make a TP, then that's when they make the rotation. But Saberlight, he's in trouble.
In trouble. Yeah, he's going to end up being the first blood in this bottom lane. They froze him up, they stunned him up, and they killed him off.
Get away.
Let's see, 3 seconds until we have access to the Chaos Bots again. We've got Mangoes, but he doesn't want to commit for it. Okay. All right, he's fine.
I'll take that. I was going to say, unfortunately, Moon Meander might start to tarnish his good name in this bottom lane, but looks like Saberlight's going to cop the heat.
Oh, no.
Only one level in the Drunken Brawler right now. He's also on the Wind Brawler, so he's just hoping for a bit of that extra evasion. It doesn't feel good on an offlaner to be dying that many times. But now with 5 minutes coming up, it's night time. 6-minute runes are just about to be coming up, and this is where we're going to see a whole lot more of this extra aggression.
The aggression's going to go towards 9 and first and foremost. They're trying to bring him down. Brow got some assistance from Moon Meander, but Snake King made a rotation. And throwing in the Crystal Nova, it slows down the Marcy. She can't close the gap. 9 taking advantage from this bonus tower protection. That little bit of piece of armor in the region, making all the difference in the world as they can't bring down the OD.
The Power Rune is going to spawn as well here for Tundra. And at the Phantasm, this would be a nice TP coming in from 9 as well. Gonna send the OD bottom.
Okay, they're coming in. OD. TP gets cancelled or something? Okay, no, here he is. He's shown up, gets the banish out. And they've caught Saberlight first and foremost. This is the priority target, the person you would have loved to kill the most. And he will end up dying. In the river, Brawl is there with Moonmi and might want revenge onto Saksa so they get something off the map right now. But unfortunately, TSM FTX being slightly overran here by the side of Tundra Esports. There's going to be the jump. Brawl goes in with the unleash. Yet again, we see the interaction. Breaks the tree so he can free himself from the bushwhack. But it's not going to matter at the end of the day as Brawl really big in this game if allowed to progress at the same pace. And it doesn't feel like TSM FTX, because they still have needs to try and get Saberlight into a decent position. They need to push back in the top lane, and Brawl is playing from middle. They won't have that much appetite to keep jumping on the OG. For now, though, they're going to jump onto 33. They've burst down the Visage in very short order. Saksa was cycloned up into the air, could not assist. The sharpshooter will put him low, and of course, Dubu will put him down. As we get 2 kills here on the top side of the map. Regrettably, there will be no salvation.
You are going to instantly die. So it's going to be this kind of tightrope that TSM have to walk now, where they're trying to get as much out of the map as they possibly can until Tundra have their 1 or 2 items on their OD as well as their CK.
Speaking of OD, he's in trouble. I think he's been scouted. Yeah, he's dead. Woo! He's so dead. Bye, my friend. Hope you've enjoyed life. They catch him. Ouch. Yeah, that was a lot. Down bottom, Tomatoes. Oh, no, unfortunately, they don't have the same
for them, and that's why Tundra tried to get something out of this with a smoke. But TSM, they're just reading this game perfectly, right? They understand that Tundra, they don't want to fight us. Skinner doesn't want to fight us yet. He doesn't have his Echo Set, but 9 doesn't want to fight us yet because he doesn't have his Ags. So let's go into the Roche and see if they can get this fight going. Dubu, in trouble.
Dubu's forcing a fight. Tomatoes coming in. They haven't killed the Roshan just yet. Dubu will buy back almost immediately. Primal Split is going to be coming out right now. And they are still trying to pursue this fight. They've banished away Brawl. He comes back into the fray. There's Chaotic offering drop down. Snaking will definitely end up dead because of it. Skeeter now jumping back onto Brawl with the Phantasm Illusions, able to bring him down as well. And 9 drops the hammer down onto the Morphling. And the Tomato Morphling is removed from play. A very awkward engagement. So many spells thrown out, but the impact of the Wraith Pact, yet again, we see it on the side of Tundra. And because TSM FCX chose to come out the Roshan pit, they weren't able to kill it off in time. So just like what we saw in game number 1, where TSM stole a Roshan from Tundra, the exact same thing now happens to them.
Yeah, Tundra did a really good job in this fight, just going in and blowing up Dubu. Yes, he did get the Fatal Bonds off, and I thought that was going to be enough for them to try and get this team fight going, but Skitter did a really, really good job at hitting the Phantasm and just trying to reposition himself. He understands that he doesn't want to fight out up against the Morphling straight away, goes in directly onto Brawl, gets the Reality Rift as well as the Chaos Ball, and we just see here, this is the reason why they picked OD. Astral Imprisonment, bam, Hammer gets dropped, see you later, Tomato. You are full HP, you're not there anymore, buddy, and this is where it's going to start getting scary for Tomato.
Totem has always just been so good. That don't go well. He always tries to make sure that he stays alive the entire time. And here comes TSM. They're smoked up. Don't find an engagement. Brawl is leading the charge. Would love to reveal the BKB, but nobody's really showing right now. It's really hard to know who to jump on. Obviously, the smoke will be broken. They finally get the reveal onto 33. Silence as the grave comes out, though. And he's going to stay alive for now. Chaotic offering. Can it buy enough time for Saberlight? No, it cannot. Skeeter blows him up in the middle of this fight. And now they are still trying to go for further in this. Drag back onto Dubu. They blow him up as well. 33. Kept alive by 9 through the Astral. And while they're busy taking the fight, they still manage to take down the tier 2 tower. Tundra just feeling hella strong. And it seems like we have a common...
Getting a free few auto attacks off. Then he popped the BKB onto the Master as soon as the storm was over. But oh, that's a huge avalanche.
Gosh, what an avalanche. But the Bushwhack might have been even better. Skeeter in a lot of danger here. He's taking too much damage, but no. Bailed out by Snaking, who drops down the freezing field. Skeeter and Snake still alive right here. Brawl trying to find somebody to catch out. Avalanche will buy more time. Tomato zoned back slightly here. Needs to be careful. Saksa has a Blink Dagger now. They found a Chaotic Bolt onto this Marcy. She is going to end up dead. And there's the Blink Dagger from Saksa. We just spoke about it. He tries to get Tomato, but wasn't able to follow up with the Avalanche. They're chasing through the trees. A little bit of miscommunication between the Astral Avalanche combo. Might save Saberlight's life, but Skeeter and the crew, they are insistent on chasing this Morphling down. Sanity's Eclipse gets dropped down a little bit lower. Skeeter commits his life to be able to try and bring down this Morphling. The Morph did just turn up and go play chest out into the CK to take away the Aegis life, but 9 now shows up as backup, easily able to clean up Tomato. Even though he was in pretty high strength at that point in time, it does not end up we can get off the split. It's complicated, fam. Here comes the smoke from Tundra to make it even more so. Doesn't seem like they'll be able to catch anybody here. I think if TSM have found the read, well, I hope they're about to TP out. Dubu won't be so lucky, but he will at least be the canary in the coal mine to give the signal that everybody needs to escape.
Oh, no, they found Saber.
No! No! Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Saber Chad has had a rough game 2 on this Brewmaster.
Yeah, he definitely has. And I don't think that's any fault of his own, that extra bit of movement that around in these team fights to make it look cool and also have a little bit of fun for Tundra. But Brile, sucks. So that's a rare miss from him.
He is. Had that connected, we would have been seeing a dead Marcy most likely. But at the same time, Skeeter just jumps in to make a dead Moon Meander Hoodwink. Already down and out. Dubu dropped the Chaotic Offering, hoping to try and get it some kind of turnaround here. And Saberlight has already used up these Brewlings as well with the split. That does mean that there are 2 huge teamfight spells all of a sudden no longer available for the side of TSM FTX. The Brewmaster split goes back. The Chaotic Offering, Dubu has to drag it to the high ground because he cannot risk the OD peppering it with hits on the Arcane Orb, just given how this interacts with summons. This game feeling more and more difficult by each passing moment here, Fluke, and with Brile will die to these Arcane Orb hits flying in from the 9 OD. My gosh, how much damage was that? It's an obscene amount of damage coming in there, and they tried everything. They even dropped the allied Lincolns, hoping that will provide salvation. Turns out not to be the case. Now they're going back middle. They're looking towards Saberlight. 15 seconds until he has access to the split again. So they can't afford to lose him on the side of TSM. And they also just bought out for his Aghanim Scepter, so he lacks buyback right now. But even worse is Tomato. Tomato can't get caught. They'll have a full ultimate dropped on his face by the OD, but that's not the issue. The issue is that when he comes back, he has nobody to save him from the damage of the rest of the side of Tundra. They've killed Tomato. They're breaking through this mid lane of Rax, and OD just feeling oppressively strong. Doesn't have access to this Aegis, of course. That's sitting on Skeeter. He's waiting for access to Blink so he can go forward. Once again, they're going to go out to Dubu. Dubu bursted down by these Phantasm Illusions. They will at least get off the Primal Split. Going back with the buyback. Dubu has access to the ultimate. Can he get close enough for the Chaotic Offering? He's waddling over. He's doing his best. Finally, the spell will come out with the full usage of the big fatal bonds, but unfortunately they just don't have damage. Brile has ended up losing his life as well. Saberlight tossed out into the fray. He just has to watch himself lose his life slowly but surely. And as they clean this one up to grant Skeeter an ultra kill and grant Tundra a team wipe, they have earned themselves a Game 2 victory and tied up this series.
Right.